look at me.
What you doing?
Come on then, Crusoe. Let's get those bicycles out, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beep, beep. I think, my darling, we're going to have to put some air in the tyres before we head on out.
Alrighty, no worries. Are you excited, Crusoe? We also need to put some sun cream on because it looks like today is going to be a beautiful day.
Beep, 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 beep.
So finished.
Is it?
Yeah.
There we go. We beeped.
It's so heavy.
Yeah, it's a
And
big
I need
bike.
shoes on there.
Is it?
I need shoes on.
You don't need shoes. Okay.
And I need shoes on. It's my turn.
So, okay. Flip that on there, Crusoe. No, flipping it on there on the tyre. Let's go from underneath.
We are really excited to share this with you all today because we're doing something a little bit different. We're getting off the farm with you all. We are on the hunt for inspiration for our new house project, which, if you're new here, we are planning to build a new house here on our land in Portugal. And we really want that build feels as traditional and as in keeping with our local area as possible. We want that it looks as though it's been here for a really long time.
Come on, Sawyer. You get involved too.
We're so lucky to live in this beautiful part of rural Portugal, which has so many incredible little villages and beautiful old buildings, and it's all made out of this gorgeous granite stone. And we're going to go and have a look and see what we can find, see what calls to us, what draws us to it, where we can find bits and pieces that we could send to Eduardo to say, look, this is the kind of thing we're looking for. This is the style, this is the vibe, this is the feel, this is the color, etc., etc. So yeah, we're excited. It's going to be a fun episode. Full disclosure, these bikes were given to us by a brand called Himiway, who make electric bikes. So we will do a little bit of chat about the bikes themselves, tell you about what we think about them and what they like to ride. So hopefully there's something in this for everybody. We're really excited to show you guys around, and by the sounds of things, we better get going.
Ready?
Steady, go.
Oh, no, not yet. Now. All right, stop. You want to pull it off? That's it. Straight off. Well done.
There's the steady.
That's the light. Should we turn the light on and have a look, see whether it works?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Steady?
Go.
Go.
Wow!
Yeah, that's pretty snazzy, isn't it?
I'm not turning it off.
Oh, look at you, boy. Are you ready to jump on the bicycle? You want to go for a bike? High five, buddy. Yeah.
Ready, mister? You're ready. You're so sweet. Are you ready, mister?
Yeah, ready.
You're ready?
Yeah.
Cool, okay,
Let's
let
do
me
it.
load you up. Okay, you and Mummy go on the same bike. So you go on the same bike. Let's go. 3.
Let's go.
Yippee! know what I've just been reminded of in that first tiny little bit of cycling?
What's that?
Last time you filmed me on a bicycle, you were trying to convince me to cycle from Land's End to John O'Groats.
I was, yeah, that's true.
Between lockdowns in the UK, so I think we can admit now that we were probably being a wee bit like on the edge of the rules.
We're about half an hour from Truro.
Bit of a low moment. Wild camping in people's fields. The only two people out and about in England, just about. And then we found out we were pregnant with you, and Mummy got to stop cycling. It says pregnant.
Flipping heck. And we started in Cornwall at the very tip of the country, and we made it up to Ironbridge. So not quite halfway, but it was a good 500-600 miles that we cycled, and it was brilliant fun. I was loving it.
You know that statement, saved by the bell? It was a bit like saved by the bump.
So like Tara said at the beginning of this video, part of this bike ride is to be going around and looking at building techniques, and some of the houses, some of them are a bit ramshackled, in need of a lot of love and attention, and others are just new builds. They look absolutely fab. But so one of the things that we're looking at on this bicycle ride is how the traditional stonemasons would be building walls. And this is a really great example of one of the beautiful walls. And the question is, do we want to be building our house in a similar fashion?
It's interesting, isn't it? This granite is really traditional for the area that we live in. And the method of like stacking stones and then putting smaller stones in the cracks is really traditional to this area. So I really love it. It looks beautiful and it's a really clever way of building. I don't think it's necessarily what we want on the outside of our house, but I think it's definitely something that we could incorporate somewhere on the build.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'll show you what I prefer. I prefer the granite with a white render. I think I know a house where we could show them what I mean. This house is a good one. It's the grey granite with the white cement. And a traditional roof and kind of old wooden doors. It's really, really pretty and very in keeping with what we've already got on the farm with our little stone house. Because we don't want to do is build something that doesn't fit not only with the landscape, but also with the buildings we already have.
Also, what I think is really, really important is that we're not building a house over there that people, our neighbours, that the local community look at and go, what did they build that for? It's got nothing to do with the area. The other thing we don't want to do is build a house on top of that little hill that we've got that's not in keeping with the local surroundings. We're really, really keen to make it a very traditional building and something that other people, our neighbours, can look at and go, they did a really great job there. This part here is one of my favourite parts of where we live. The buildings here are really, really old, extremely traditional and beautiful. All right, I don't want to hang around here too long. I'm making the dogs bark, but these kind of traditional entrances to houses are seen all over Portugal, and I absolutely love them. They are truly, truly beautiful. I'm not sure whether there would be a place for something like this in our house that we're going to build, but it's just nice to come and look at them. The stonework here, the masonry work, I don't know how old it is, but it feels like it just belongs. All right, let's get out of here. The dogs are starting to bark. I remember one of the things that I really, really enjoyed on our Le Jog, and Le Jog stands for Land's End John O'Groats. One of the things I really enjoyed about that bike ride was the early mornings and the peace and quiet. I think I remember waking up in a field somewhere with deer around the tent, and you know, you've got that beautiful light as well. Of course, when we did that bike ride, we weren't lucky enough to have a couple of bikes like the ones we're cycling on now, where we just effortlessly go up hills without having to worry too much about the hard work of pedaling. Cornwall, especially on that bike ride, gosh, we were going up and up and up. It felt like it was all just uphill and never downhill. These electric bikes, they certainly are a game changer. It's so beautiful around here.
This place is so interesting, isn't it? It almost feels like a kind of cabin that you'd get in the Swiss Alps because of the sloping roof.
Yeah.
It's been made for snow. I love the granite work on here. It's this like ununiform higgledy-piggledy granite work that I like. I don't want like square blocks, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. There's something very traditional, and do you know what? Almost I anticipate that building like this is harder than having a square block.
Well, that's it. Eduardo said like we're going to need to find a really great stonemason, which is exciting. Like I can't wait to find the right people and learn about this traditional way of building. You know, it's very special.
The good news is that this rock is very, very local rock to our area, which basically means we're not going to have to transport it very far, which keeps the cost low, but at the same time building with really, really beautiful stone. And also because of that, we've got quite a few local stonemasons and also factories where they carve the stone into special shapes so that we can have arches and we can have columns looking pretty cool. Hopefully, because it's a local stone, it's not going to cost too much as well. Beautiful.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just imagining how thick those walls and how strong the house is going to be when it's finished.
And where we're building it's granite underneath. We're basically on an enormous granite rock that
That's
Robinson's Rock is a part of. So
yeah,
it kind of feels like we're building something that will be here for
1,000 years
to come, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love it. Are we lucky to live where we do?
We are really lucky. So we should talk about these bikes a little bit, shouldn't we?
Just please get a shot of that. Have we lost the dummy?
Where's the dummy?
Keep the foot on the seat.
He's pretty chilled.
You got to get a full appreciation of that position.
Was it going to be a sunshine sneeze, was it? Yeah. Come on, let's go back and have a look for your dummy.
Isn't it that, okay, here's my thing, right?
What's that?
Like John was saying about our Le Jog ride, I moaned incessantly about the hills and I longed for an electric bike. Honestly, I'd have given anything. And here we are with electric bikes. So we should probably tell you about them. They are pretty cool and we have kind of fallen a bit in love with them. Having thought that they were maybe a bit of a gimmick and also resisting the offers from companies to accept the bikes because we weren't sure if we would use them, and we always try and only say yes to brands for sponsorships that we would genuinely use and that we genuinely think you guys would find interesting. So we finally succumbed to Himiway and we're so pleased we did because these are going to give us so much fun as a family. So the first thing you need to know is that Himiway have offered our subscribers a really fun special offer. Basically, if you leave a comment on this video, Himiway is going to select 3 of you to win a voucher to put towards accessories from their website. So please do leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what is inspiring you about the part of rural Portugal that we live in that you think we should incorporate into our own build. What do you love about the bike?
What do I love about it? I love the fact that it goes 80 miles. Is it 80 miles or kilometres? 80 miles, isn't it?
I mean, I'm never going to go that far.
80 miles on a single charge. Yeah. That's basically from, I don't know, from Chipping Norton to London. It's quite far, isn't it?
Very far, yeah.
You know, it's
great.
They're very, very good. And they feel, these bikes, they genuinely feel very meaty. They're quite heavy.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we were looking at was you know, if you're going on a bike ride, you're going to need some special kit if you're loading it into a car or onto your car.
They're definitely heavier than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
And they're not like I would expect. I've seen bikes that are kind of electric and not electric, if you know what I mean. They're kind of a bit lighter on your feet. These are proper electric bikes. Crusoe keeps calling it a motorbike.
Yeah. You know, one of the other things is when we first got them and we started cycling with them, it was almost, because we've never used an electric bike before, it was almost like, how do you use it?
Yeah,
so
it takes some getting used to.
Taking it out on a little practice run first before you go on a longer bike ride, that I definitely recommend. You get on and you start pedaling and then off you go. Basically, there's this assistance there in the battery that helps you move forward, as you'd imagine with an electric bike. But, you know, it feels very, very obvious, if you like, when you get on it.
It comes very naturally. They're great. So I've got the Himiway Big Dog and John's got the Himiway Zebra.
Yeah, I like the Zebra. It's a bit bigger than the Big Dog, and it's got a higher crossbar. You know, it's got like those dude crossbars rather than the girl crossbars that's lower. All right, shall we get on?
I think
the boys are getting a bit
so
scratchy. Come on,
so what do you think of our bikes, buddy?
Squishy, squishy.
Squishy, squishy. Are they fun?
No.
Tell Daddy what else you want. We've just been talking about it.
Darling.
Okay, not that.
Rockstar Ice.
Crusoe
darling.
would like a little dog, please.
A little dog. Is it?
I can pick one up, Daddy.
We can pick one up. No, there's somebody else's dogs, buddy. We can't just pick a dog up and take it home.
We're going to have to get you a dog though, buddy, aren't we?
I'm in England. Go to England. And pick that.
Should we go down there? We've not been that way before. Or should we go the way we know?
Well, my darling, it doesn't matter because...
Well, let's go down the hill, so it's coming back up again.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. Going downhill is the same like going uphill because we've got electric bikes. Do what? I did find the dummy. Pacifier, everybody, pacifier. Oh my darling, that's quite the hill. I'm glad you've got some help to come back up it.
I've never been happier cycling uphill in all my life.
That's so true.
So this is the kind of roof we want, isn't it, love? It's a
It
beautiful
is.
old traditional tiled roof with these kind of, what are they called? The peepee things. I don't know what they're called. The peepee things. They got peepee things on the top. Turrets? They're not turrets. I don't know what they're called. But anyway, let me show you what I mean. See? Peepee things.
I like everything about that roof, to be honest. You know, you've got the little arch, almost the curve up to the roof underneath the sill, if you like.
Yeah, exactly.
overhang.
The gutters are almost like frilly in a way. Not the gutters, obviously, but the edges of the roof, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's such a funny thing, you know, building a house. I've got no idea of the parlance of it, but I know how I want it to look.
Yeah.
So it's tough to describe. So it's good we've got the cameras. We can take pictures. And
I mean, peepee is a very good descriptive word, if you ask me.
PP.
You're going to have a roof with peepees on the top.
Oh, another hill. Let's do it, everybody. Push that gear up one. We're on number 2 now. Let's go to number 3. Ah, super easy. One of the things about this area around here is how many hills there are and how much uphill there is. So it's pretty handy to have an electric bike, I can tell you that.
Well, it's so cool, isn't it? It's made this entire area accessible by bike for people who don't cycle for like, you know, all the time.
Yeah, and the big thick wheels on the bikes kind of makes it a bit more comfortable. Tara was just saying it's like driving a car in cruise control.
That's exactly what it feels like. Great. Whoops. stop pedaling though. See, that's it, like you stop pedaling and the motor goes off.
So the bike has also got a couple of gears. One of them is electrical gears, I guess you'd say. Basically, you just push a button and you can say what speed or what kind of assistance you like. I haven't tried past 3, but let's have a look. I think 3 is the maximum it goes to. No, 4. I'm on 4. 5. No, I think I got Sawyer on the back, so I'm not going to go much more than 5. And then of course you've got your manual gears, which is same like on a normal bike. Got 7 of those, pretty handy. Not that I'm fiddling around with gears very much. On the normal bikes, you know, you fiddle around with your gears all the time, but on this, it just seems to do most of the work for you.
Poor little Sawyer hasn't quite made it.
Well,
I thought this might happen.
it's all just...
Oh no, he's still awake. Hello, I thought you were sleeping.
I thought you was asleep too. You've been very quiet back there, buddy. Hey? Has it been fun?
Yeah. Did you boys enjoy that? These bikes are so cool, aren't they? Yay! I'm genuinely delighted to have them.
So let's go park up, do some jobs around the farm for this afternoon, maybe take them out again a little bit later, go for a Rockstar ice lolly. But this afternoon.
That's a good idea. Yeah, it's a bit early now for a Rockstar. Hey boys.
Well done, boys.
Someone really does need a nap.
Yeah, look at you.
He's kind of here, but he's not really.
Yeah.
Good job, team. That was fun.
Come on then, let's go. There were a few houses that we passed on the way back that we didn't film.
Yeah.
That I would like to film a little bit later on the way to get a Rockstar as well. So.
Great.
I hope people don't mind us, but the thing about it is, these are such beautiful houses and they provide inspiration to us. So,
yeah.
You know, it would be great to be able to share that.
Neighbours, if you're watching, we've featured your house. We just think they're so beautiful. And we genuinely feel so lucky to be a part of this part of Portugal. So thank you for having us.
Well done you, buddy. You want to go to bed now?
You did so well, my sweetie.
Let's take this out.
You boys were as good as gold. I'm so proud of you. High five.
Oh,
come on. You always leave me hanging. Hey? High five? No?
I'll give you a high five. Look, Sawyer's going to give a high five.
Yeah! High five. High five. Yay! Yeah!
Love it.
Good job.
That was great fun.
That was great.
You know what else is fun about all of this is that it's just another activity that we can do as a family and enjoy to do as a family. Something a little bit different from building houses and building decks and digging and stuff. So
I love that whole, like, it's get to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's been a long day, everybody needs to get out, let's get on the bikes, let's go. I'm so grateful to have them.
It's a nice way. It's also a nice way to introduce the boys to different ways of exercising and staying healthy.
Exactly, and being out and about. It's good stuff, all good stuff.
Hopefully soon they'll have their own bikes.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up though, quick shout out to Simple Life Portugal, Dan and Cindy. Cindy's having a pretty tough time at the moment and we'd love to introduce their channel to you guys to pop over and have a watch. Dan, Cindy, I hope that you guys know how loved you are by your community. We've had so many messages from people from all over the world emailing into us, Instagramming us and saying, hey guys, can you give these two wonderful people a shout out? We all hope that you, Cindy, get better soon. Wishing you the very best.